Welcome back to a new video. Today it's the big day. I have with me the brand new Tesla Model Y Juniper code name, 2025 model, long range, all-wheel drive, and in this video we will test the range. Of course, as always, you are probably familiar with my videos. We will go to Supercharger, we will charge the car to 100%, and then I will try to drive until the battery reach 3 to 0%. So I'm really curious, I'm really excited because, as you probably know, I already own a Tesla Model Y, so I'm thinking of upgrading to this one. So if I have good result in this video and I'm happy with the result, probably I will upgrade and I will change mine with this new one. And in this video you will get so many useful information, and stay with me because if you're on the market for an electric SUV, this Tesla Model Y might be one of the most interesting car, one of the best car that you can get. Also, let's don't forget that it's the most aerodynamic SUV that you can buy on the market. Plus, in 2023, probably 2024, was the most sold car in the world. Anyway, what I noticed, guys, because usually here I park my car, I noticed the fact that this is much more compact, right? So in the beginning, when you see it outside, side by side, I will have a comparison as well. So check out that video as well, comparison between this and the old Model Y. I noticed outside it's kind of similar, but when you park it and when you know your place where you park the car, you notice that, for example, this one sits much lower. So my car came a little bit higher. So that, I think, it's a thing that they improved. They try to make it much more compact. And even here on the side, you know, when I park, when I look in the camera, it seems to be a little bit more space. Plus the fact that they kind of put the camera on the rear a little bit higher, and I think also the side cameras are a little bit lower. You have a much better visibility on the side than in the back, and I will try to show you anyway when we go outside from here how it looks, which is pretty good. I mean, for me at least, parking here is much more compact, and it's really cool. Now, where we will drive? We will drive from Bucharest. This time I will do this trip in Romania. Usually I do it in Switzerland, but this time I have the chance to do it in Romania. So we will go from Bucharest, the capital, to the seaside in Constanța. This is like a place where everybody from Romania and even from other countries come to the sea to see also, yeah, to, I don't know, to have fun in the summer, stay on the beach, and so on. And probably if I have time, if we go there fast, probably I will show you a few things there. Also, yeah, it's a nice place if you're in Europe, if you want to go to seaside, not so far away, and have also pretty good price, you can also try it. Anyway, good. So for now, let's go inside. Let's go to the supercharging station to charge the car. And then as we go, I will give you a little bit more information. And by the way, all the technical data of the car will be in the description of this video. It doesn't make sense to give you the technical data, but I will have a few videos on my channel, like test drive full review, where you can get all the information about it. So definitely check it out. Now, enough with that. Let's drive it. I forget to show you something. Come here with me. Come on this side. So when you lock and unlock the car, because we have the Launch series right here, basically it's long range with acceleration boost, but it has also a few other cool things. For example, one of these things, it's when you unlock the car and you open the door for the first time, you have this super nice animation on the screen, and also the ambient light, it's having a nice changing of colors. Plus you have down here on the lower side of the door this projection of the Launch series design, very similar with the one from Plaid. So yeah, anyway, another thing that I want to point out before we start driving is the thing that we have winter tires. That will be some disadvantage for the range test, but it's realistic, so it is what it is. But the good part is that we have the 19-inch wheels with the aero caps, one of the most aerodynamic wheels that Tesla ever made, and one of the most aerodynamic wheels on the market these days. And the good part is that yeah, we have it on, and I really recommend you, if you buy the car, if you want as much range as possible, to go with those aero caps. And the lights are much better than my previous Model Y, and I tested down here all the time. Those are much more brighter. It seems to be much better quality, much quicker. And also last night when I tried, they were definitely much faster in terms of adjusting depending on other traffic participants. So another good point, another reason to upgrade to the new model. Now let's put the supercharger. You just press the supercharger icon, and then you choose 1 mega mole. Here it's on our road. You just press it, and then the car will definitely navigate there. It's super quick, it's super fast, it's super easy. It's one of the best system and navigation system out there. Another thing is the good thing is that it's gonna precondition the battery, and when we reach there, we can see also what's the charging speed. We just arrived at Supercharger, so come here to show you. We just charged. This is the V3 Superchargers, and let's see what's the speed. Come here, let me show you. Let's see what's the speed. I'm really curious. Was kind of preconditioned for around 15 minutes, and the charging speed, it's growing. It's the NMC battery. That means should be pretty quick. We have 50% battery. We already have enough battery, but charging power around 96, so it should grow a little bit more. Anyway, we will stay here until we make full, and then we will start driving, and I will show you also in which direction we should go. You can see it's reached 106, and it should grow to probably 150 around there. Finish charging 100%. That means 526 kilometers. This is what Tesla write here. Official numbers, when you go online, there are, like, if I remember well, 586 kilometer range, but it's always like that. I mean, you buy the new car, and then it's always, depending on how much you drive, it's kind of adjust here. So it's not always the same, it's always less. So we will see what we can do. If I can reach over 600 kilometers, I will be very, very, very happy, to be honest, to beat this VLTP number. So our purpose is to beat 586 kilometers. So anyway, now we will start driving from here, and I will show you exactly where I have to go. The tire pressure are 2.9. Now it's a little bit warmer outside, 14 degrees, perfect temperature. And the tire pressure are 2.9 free. I can see here on the front, probably it's just the perfect. I mean, I start with 2.9 bar. That's the perfect temperature, but we have winter tires. That's something to keep in mind. We will drive also with climatic system off or with climatic system on level 1 manual, 22 degrees. Of course, we will keep it like that because it's perfect temperature. We don't even need cold or warm. So that's perfect. Where we will go? Let me show you. I will activate those charging stations. We will go to Seaside right here in Romania, and until Seaside from our city. So let me show you. You can see right here on the screen, we are in Bucharest. This is the capital of Romania down here. And then from here, we are going to a Seaside. And I hope I can manage to reach out there on the daytime, so I can show you a little bit around here. It's a beautiful, beautiful area to go in the summer to the beach. Here it's a supercharger, and we can definitely set up this destination. And once we set it up, you can see that we have 222 kilometers, and my purpose is to go there and back, and even more, of course. So that will be our trip. We'll go in the city a little bit, so probably around 25 minutes, and then we will go also on the highway and some national road, I think, around here. So we will see until there how we'll go, but most of the trip will be on the highway, and I'm trying to drive in a speed limit. I don't want to exceed the speed limit, but of course, if I can drive a little bit faster with the traffic, I will do it. So I'm not going to drive too fast, too slow. I'm just driving normally. So I'm trying my best to drive normal to see how realistic will be this consumption. Of course, we will reset this trip consumption if we go down here to the trip current consumption. Let's do it electric trip 2025. But maybe not. Maybe let's see trip B. No, because it's the oldest one. Let's do it. This current trip since last charging, yeah, probably since last charging makes sense. Yeah, I think since last charging we will check it out, but I will also reset the current trip just like that, so we can see in the end what kind of numbers we can get. Anyway, let's drive and then I will update you as we go on the road. Anyway, I want to give you a lot of infos as we drive in this trip, a lot of infos about the car, about how it's driving, how it's to drive, and also some technical data. I want to show you the settings because now we have a different option. If you go to dynamics, we have, of course, like on the previous version, chill and sport mode. We will drive only in chill mode, that's for sure. And now, because they changed the braking system, now the braking system is not more linked to the pedal. This time the pedal, it's kind of doesn't feel when autopilot it's activated, so it doesn't move automatically, it's just independent. So it has a new, different, more improved braking system. And then we have reduce and standard. Standard is the same feeling as on the previous car, so it's almost like moving with the pedal when you decelerate, when you accelerate, so it's kind of much more stronger recuperation. It's very, very strong, and you can see it goes to a completely stop and engage auto hold. Then reduce, it's less regenerative brake. So for example, if you take off the foot off the acceleration, the car will kind of recuperate, but not as strong as on the standard. It's just less recuperation. I will try to show you and I will try to explain you a little bit more, but check out the test drive video because there you can get more info on how it's working, and I will show you exactly. And then how we will drive, of course, we will drive on reduce, because on long trips on highway, most of the time reduce will use less energy, but you have to pay attention with the brake, and when you press the brake, of course, it's engaging the regenerative brake and then the physical brakes, but also better feeling than on the previous version. And then regarding the steering wheel, we will use it on standard, not light, not heavy. We will use it on standard. I think on standard is the best way to go. So those will be the settings for the whole trip. If I change something, I will update you. Now the current drive, you can see right here, 0 km 4 minutes. This is the consumption. Since charging, you can see it also here. It's a little bit more because since charging we stay in the parking lot. I make some pictures before we start, so that way I use more. So we will look only at current drive. So that's the trip. Free 2.9. The tires is perfect the way it should be. So yeah, anyway, we will drive in the city a little bit. It's kind of crowded here. We have some traffic, probably for 20-25 minutes will be only crowded. And you can see also with red on the navigation, with orange, you can see most of this area will be with red. So yeah, probably 20 minutes we will have this kind of traffics. And also on the road, a little bit of traffic. So yeah, it's fine. We will see how it's going on the trip, but we will have a little bit from everything. So it will be a realistic trip. What I like very much about Tesla Model Y is the fact that it has the HEPA filter, the extra filters. It has 2 filters here, 2 filters on the front. So because we are in a crowded city or country where the pollution is quite high, you can see right now it's Sunday and it's 90, so usually should be under 50. Normally in the week time it's over 100, which is not good, and the destination it's unhealthy, 106. The good thing on this Tesla Model Y is the fact that it has HEPA filter, and also you have this kind of filtration system inside the car, so you won't feel any gases, any particles, any dust, any PM 2.5 or PM 10. It won't go inside the car. So this is a reason why, if I would buy a new car, and if you would buy a new car and you have the budget, enough budget, I recommend you to buy a car which have those kind of filters. And this is a reason, and kind of a reason why I would choose Tesla Model Y over the Tesla Model 3, because it has this extra filtration system which doesn't allow any gas, any air from outside going inside the car, which is really, really good. Anyway, now we stay in traffic, a little bit boring around here, but until we go outside the city, we are here stuck in traffic. The good part is that as long as you don't have the climatic system open, it's just going to not use too much energy. Basically, the electric cars are performing the best when they are not using the climatic system or heating system, and they are driving slowly or in traffic like that. So yeah, from this point of view, it's quite fine. Says guys, now we are going out of the city and we are going on the highway. So from now on we have like around 3 hours, 213 kilometers still, and I will drive it exactly in the speed limit with the traffic. If here it's 100, I will drive 100. It's 130 or 135, it's something like that. I will try to keep around the speed limit. I don't want to drive too slow, I don't want to drive too fast. I just drive along with the other traffic participants. Until now we did 10 kilometers. We have 59 watt hour per kilometer. So yeah, this is just the beginning. We can know for sure what will be in the end or a little bit later, but it is what it is, and we will see. And by the way, we are 2 persons inside the car, around 130 kilograms extra. So just in case, if you want to calculate the weight also in the car, it's matter. So yeah. But anyway, I will go around here on the highway. I can also activate autopilot, for example. Very simple, because this car have enhanced autopilot, full self-driving, basically autopilot. So you can set it up, and you can see right now in this moment the car is just accelerate, it's braking and keeping the distance, stay between the lanes, and it's working fantastic. And also what I notice is that on this new Tesla Model Y, because it has this autopilot hardware 4, it works a little bit different, a little bit, I don't know, better, a little bit more aggressive. It's the car seems to be a little bit more sure when it goes in different places, or the way it stays between the lines. I'm not sure if that's just my impression or is the true, but it seems to work a little bit more different. Probably they improve it with the hardware 4. Probably is the same on Tesla Model 3 Highland, but I didn't have time to test it. But anyway, this is something that I wanna point out before we go ahead. But other than that, just highway, straight ahead, great temperature, great weather. Just the thing is that we have winter tires, but other than that, it's just perfect conditions. Anyway, I will update you a little bit later. Driving along on the highway, I wanna tell you a few things about the car, a few things that I noticed. First of all, the seats are much more comfortable than on the previous Tesla Model Y. They are much more brighter, and also here on the back, on the lower end, the side support is much better. Somehow the headrest, it's also much better. Before was with the head like that, I told you in some of the video. Now it allows me to have my head a little bit straighter, which is much better at long trips. I don't have any more pain on the back, so amazing. Only for the seats it's deserved to make the upgrade. Position of driving seems to be a little bit lower. I don't know, I have the impression that the car also it sits lower than the previous version. And to give you a few words, and in my opinion, in my description, this car, it goes closer to Tesla Model 3. They wanna achieve that dynamic feeling on the curves, because this one, you know, everybody expects to have a softer suspension, you know, more comfortable suspension. And I saw also the Matt Watson from CarWow say, like, why did they do the body stiffer? Why did they do stiffness the suspension? You know, why they do it? And now I understand, because they try to achieve a dynamic car, a sporty SUV, you know. They don't try to achieve a super comfortable car like that, feel like a boat. They try to make the suspension better, but also the car more dynamic. Previous Model Y, my Model Y, it feels much more, you know, it's like rolling a little bit on the curves. It's not so stable. It feels like, I don't know, not so sure in some curves. This new Model Y, feel amazing on the curves. It stays so good. It's much more planted to the ground, and it's come close to Tesla Model 3 in terms of dynamic and great feeling in curves. And even at high speed here on the highway, it's much more planted, it's much better cruiser, and it's much sure. You feel like you can trust it a little bit more. Sometimes when I drive high speed and I take curves with my car, with my previous Model Y, it feels a little bit unsure. But this one, it feels much more planted. It feels like you can trust it more to go around in curves. And yeah, this is the improvement that they want to bring. And the suspension, it is set up to be still sporty. That means over big bumps you will feel a little bit stiffer. Small to medium bumps, it feels comfortable, nice. Also it feels better, it sounds better when you go over the bumps, but it's not comfortable maximum like you have that comfort on Citroen C4 or C5X or something like that. It is this Tesla Model Y made to be sporty, dynamic, great in curves, and fun to drive. And they managed to do that in the same time to make a fantastic suspension, great stability, great in curves, and in the same time to bring that better suspension, better feeling over the bumps, much more pleasant, you know, it's not so, also not so noisy. So definitely they make big improvement here. And I feel that definitely it's something that you feel. And yeah, it's definitely worth the improvement. I drive pretty fast in the last kilometers, to be honest, and we have 184 watt-hour per kilometer consumption. I also passed some cars, so I didn't try to drive economical at all, and I drive kind of fast, 130 or something like that, because I want to test a little bit the car. Also, it's a little bit windy. I think it's a little bit wind from ahead. So that's a little bit of disadvantage, but it's fine. We will see in the end. I'm really curious to see the result and what the car can do over the time. But in general, much better planted. The brake now, it's great because, you know, you release the acceleration and the regenerative brake is not as powerful. So they improve also this recuperation and energy efficiency regarding the brakes. But yeah, about that we will talk in the test drive. I don't want to make this video 3 hours long, but I try to give you and bring you as many detail and information as possible. But yeah, I'm happy that the car is much more planted, it's much more fun to drive, and you feel like you can trust it more at high speed and in a curve in certain situations, where before with my car sometimes I feel like it's not so sure. I'm not so sure about the car in certain situations, you know. So yeah, I hope you get and you understand the idea. Anyway, we will drive like that, and I will update you a little bit later as we go along with the trip. So here are some construction. We have to drive 100 kilometer per hour, 80 basically around here. So yeah, I will adjust to the speed. So yeah, I try to drive also with the traffic speed limit, because the traffic didn't drive in Romania. They never drive. If there is, look at this, there is 60 km per hour, they drive 100. I cannot drive slower because someone from behind will kind of scream or horn at me. But you can see over those bridge heads, it feels much more comfortable. It's much more pleasant car to drive. I forget to tell you, the same as on Tesla Model 3, now we have this blind spot here. You have a red light, look at this. It's just a red little LED light that signifies when a car is in a blind spot, exactly here in this area where you have also the speaker. This is definitely something that I want to tell you. So most of the, let's say, features that you have in Model 3, you have it also here in Model Y. So yeah, we are driving. We have already around 72 kilometers now. Consumption is 163 watt-hour per kilometer, because we have drive a little bit faster. I drive just 130 and something like that, and now I want to slow down a little bit to somehow balance that high speed. So I want to have an average speed of 120 kilometers per hour, something like that, around there. I don't want to drive too fast. So because it's not also about how fast you can reach, it's also about how long you can go, driving like in a balanced way. So yeah, I will drive a little bit slow and then we go again at 120, and then I will try to keep it 120 for the rest of the trip, because all we have to do right now is just drive straight away until there. So yeah, we will see. Something that is really interesting and you don't find in other electric cars, but you find in Tesla. For example, if you go right here in this area, if you go here to this energy information, right? it shows you with how many percentage they anticipate you will arrive there, right? So you can see right here, but it also gives you some tips on what you should do in order to save more energy. For example, stay below 110 km per hour will save you 0.7%, reduce speed to save 7.3%, for the rest of the trip. And then it tells you also 7.1 km per hour wind from the east coast, which is really incredible. Plus here it shows you how many electricity you use for different elements, which is really interesting. Then you have also here the park, and then you have the consumption. And on the consumption here, I use it on my car usually when I do long trips. And for example, I want to reach a destination, and you know, car didn't anticipate so well with how many percentage you arrive, how much you calculate. And if you want to calculate yourself, you can see for the past, I think there are 300 kilometers here, the car will kind of calculate and give you this number from above, from here. And then you can see down here, if you are under what the car projects, they project 263 kilometers, which is unrealistic for the way we drive anyway. And then you can see down here, and then it will make an average, and this average will kind of calculate how many kilometers you can do. And after we pass this area, it kind of begin to stabilize, and then you can see a little bit better with how many percentage you arrive at the destination, which is really, really cool from my point of view. I really enjoy this option of having this energy information here. It's not only on Tesla Model Y, this new, it's on all Teslas, which is great. I mean, this car has so many features, so many cool features, which help you understand how it runs. Yeah, I definitely enjoy the car. Outside there are 19 degrees right now, almost 20 degrees, and we are driving for I think 1 hour, 1 hour and something. Anyway, the car also at Supercharger will stay in the sun, right? So usually the windows should be hot, or at least warm. And then I just tried, because you know, Tesla claimed that now we have a silver coating window up here, so the panoramic glass roof, it's 7 times more sun reflective, right? And then I just put the hand up like that to check if it's hot or not, like it is in my car. And then when I put the hand, I was like, whoa, it's surprisingly cold, to be honest. And I can't believe that. It's definitely cold. It feels cold. Inside it's hot, outside it's hot. The sun, when it's hitting an object for a long time, usually it should be at least warm, but when I put the hand here, it's definitely cold, which is pretty impressive. So that's a big, good improvement that they bring to the car, at least in the summer, at least when it's very hot outside. It's very useful because you get the climatic system to not work as much as it works when it's much more hot inside, to keep a temperature. So yeah, I really definitely happy that I point out in this video this thing. Few change in plans First I said I want to go to Superchargers in Constanza, right? But now I want to change a little bit the track because I have enough battery, and also where is the Supercharger in Constanza? It's nothing to see there. So I try to change a little bit the trip in order to go in Mamaia South, they call it. It's a nice area where people go to the beach and look at the sea. It's a nice place there, and it's also a parking lot where we can park and walk around 100 meters to the beach and then see the sea. And I want to go there, but the thing is that we have to go out of the highway. So you can see right here, we drive like on the highway, and then we have to go outside the highway, and we have to drive right here for the rest of the trip on the side of the highway somehow. So it's not the same road, but it's fine. It's definitely fine. We will drive a little bit slower outside the highway, but it's definitely fine. This is also a super nice bridge here in Romania, which you have to pass. This is like, you can see right here, it's the Donau, I think they call it. They say in Donau is one of the biggest river in Europe, and you can see it here. This is the bridge over Donau. It's such a beautiful bridge. You can see on the left side. It's probably one of the biggest and the most beautiful bridge in Romania. Look at it on the left side. It looks really, really wonderful. It's definitely gorgeous. A gorgeous area. But yeah, anyway, so changing plan, we are not going to go straight only on the highway. We will go also outside the highway a little bit. And by the way, guys, going over those bridges around here, you have to pay. So if you come in Romania over those bridges, keep in mind that you have to stop at a gas station, or you have to stop at or you have to go online and buy this ticket. It's around, if I'm not wrong, €2 and something for one time, and then you €5 for 2 times. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. You have to pay attention before. So now we go outside of the highway around here, and then we will go on kind of a national road. You can see right here, we're not going to go straight away. We are going to go outside around here, and then we will go on some national roads, but very beautiful area around here. It's really, really nice. Now right here, we have to go outside and then go.
Turn right onto A2, E81.
And we have to go on the national road. So probably here the speed will be lower, but it's totally fine because that area on the seaside, it's much more beautiful, you know.
Now turn right onto
So the good part is that what I noticed when I changed the direction, because we don't have to go on the Supercharger anymore, we will arrive with 55% battery, which is just incredible. I mean, it's better than I was expected. So the consumption until now, it's 152 watt-hour per kilometer. I was expecting, I will expect to be better, but it's fine for the moment. I'm totally happy. The climatic system until now was completely off. Just in case you're wondering. So we will go on these national roads, and sometimes it's much better, much more pleasant on national road because it's not so boring. You can see different things left and right. And yeah, anyway, I'm not in the rush, so will be quite nice. I will enjoy it also. It's a beautiful weather outside. Still 19 degrees, which is perfect weather. It's another cool feature that new Tesla Model Y have, and right now it's very useful because it's quite warm outside. You know, it's a perfect temperature. You know, also inside it's perfect temperature. But if you sit on those seats, even though it's a little bit colder or good temperature inside the car, you will sweat under the pants. And most of the time, not most of the time, always in the summer, I sweat under my pants in my car. And this car comes with ventilation in the seats, and right now I turn on the ventilation on the seat, the same as you turn on for the passenger and also for the driver. You put it on automatic and it works automatic, and now it's on level 1. You barely hear it on level 1, but it comes comes a nice breeze, a nice cold breeze from down, so it's kind of dry your pants and also on the back, so it's so pleasant, it's so nice. You don't even need to use the climatic system when you have this feature, the same as the feature in the summer to heat the seats. This is the same here to cool or to ventilate the seats. So it's so pleasant. It's so nice to have this feature. So this is something that I definitely wish to have on my Tesla Model Y. I remember when I was last time here on the seaside in Romania, was like, I think 12, 13 years ago or even more. I think for the first time when I was on the seaside was more than 13 years. When I have my first car, I remember I have a Fiat Punto from 1995, and for the first time was 2006 or 2006, 7, something like that. And I remember driving that car and driving those cars from that age, right? So it was now when I drive this car, which is the latest technology in terms of everything. It seems to be other road. It feels like different place. It feels like much easier to achieve, much easier to drive. I don't know, much easier to. I don't know. Before, when I drive that car, before those years, was like, I have in mind that it's such a long trip, so complicated, so hard to achieve. But now driving this car, it feels so easy. I mean, I'm almost there. I'm not even tired. And I'm pretty sure if I drive faster, I will be already there. So it feels really strange to see how much technology evolved in the last years, and how much cars evolve in the last years. And now with those new cars and new technologies, and with Tesla now Model Y, the latest version, it feels like, man, the road, it's so easy to get there faster, safer, much more comfortable, and in a very, very, very safe way, much more safer than before. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like I enjoy more the ride now. So yeah, how the years evolve. Let's imagine after 15, 20 years again, how the car and how the world will look. It's just incredible. With also this AI technology that come now, imagine in 20 years sitting in this car, staying on laptop or watching a movie, and then in 2 hours, 3 hours you're there, right? So it's just incredible. I'm really happy. I guess this is a super positive thing. Just arrived, really beautiful place right here. We have a parking lot, and you can see it's just 50 meters to the beach. It's super close. I really like that. I will go to enjoy probably for half hour, maybe 1 hour, stay there just relaxing a little bit. And I want to show you the numbers until here and how much we drive. So we have, look at this. So we have like current drive, but we are not going to look at the current drive because I was stopping to the gas station for a while. We can see here, since charging 226 kilometer, we use 33 kilowatt hour, 146 watt hour per kilometer was the consumption. And if we look at the time, it's 3:30 we arrive here, which is pretty good, still good time. and we still have 55% battery, which is incredible. 289 kilometer left, and you can see right now we are on the beach around here. It's a beautiful place here in Mamaia village, they call it. So if you come in Romania, if you want to come in Romania, this area here, Mamaia, it's really a nice place. And in the last years, you can see they improve a lot. They build a lot of buildings right now. It's still under construction. I think in the future they will still improve a little bit more, but it looks nice. It starts to look better and better every year. Now, if we go back right now, we still have to go back, and if we go back to Bucharest, let's see here the charging station back to Bucharest, and if we go back from where we start right now, let's play, and then let's see, it's loading. We have another it says that I have to stop here for supercharging, and I don't want to do that. Basically, I'm not sure how I can skip this one, because I don't want to go here. It says to go there to charge for a bit. I think it tells me to charge for how long? For 6 minutes. I don't want to charge for 6 minutes. Basically, I will probably go directly there, to Bucharest, but I want to skip this. In order to skip this, I can do like that. Let me put the address directly to Bucharest, but not to Supercharger. So let's see how it will calculate. Again, we will calculate with this Supercharger, and I don't want to stop at this Supercharger. So yeah, basically it doesn't want to allow me to skip this Supercharger station from here, but I have a trick. If I go to settings, online routing, trip, add supercharger stop if necessary. I want to deactivate this, and if you deactivate this, it will calculate directly right there. And it says like stay below 114 km/h to reach destination above 6%. So we have 245 km left, and it says we will arrive there with 0%. But if we look at the 245 kilometers, and if you look up here, we have 289 kilometers. So normally we should arrive there without any problem, with still a few kilometers left. But anyway, I will enjoy a little bit the time around here, and then yeah, a little bit later I will get back before we leave from here, and I will update you with the road and with how many percentage the battery still have, but it should have the same 55%. Anyway, I update you a little bit later. We are back. I hope you already saw the B-rolls and the images from the beach. It was pretty nice, a little bit warm, but quite nice. Also, now we are leaving. We were here for 1 hour, something like that, and I set the destination back to the same supercharger in Bucharest from here, from Constanța. The thing is like that, we arrived there with 0%. It's 239 kilometers until there, right? But it says like if you stay under 116 km/h, you will reach above 5%. So I will get yeah, I will do that. I will risk it for somehow, because here you can see we have 55%. That means 288 kilometer, and here is 239 kilometers. So usually we should arrive at the destination. Now it's a little bit colder, and it will begin more colder and colder and colder as it gets in the night. So we should get started, I guess. The thing is that if we have to edit the trip, I think we have another option also to go around here, around some national road around here, but I'm not sure for the moment what I should do. We will see as we go on the road, but yeah, for the moment, I guess I will just leave it like that. So anyway, let's start driving and I will update you a little bit later.
Every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly, just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that's bittersweet. You got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat. Tested by the motion. Loving is devotion. Ooh, that's bitter. All I want is satisfaction. Make a move, baby, you got nothing to lose. Give me that good reaction. Gonna make it right, little like an offer I can't refuse. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold.
Just made 271 kilometers until now. We are way back to the same supercharger from where we start, and we have 193 kilometers left. And the car says, you remember when we left, the car says that we will arrive with -1. Now we have +2%. We will arrive with +2%. And here, if you look there, I like the fact that Tesla gives you some tips. It says like stay below 124 kilometers per hour to reach destination above 3%. So even if I drive 120 now, I can reach the destination without any problem. My speed right now, I will keep it for 100, 102, 110 kilometers per hour. I will hold it steady around there on the highway, because right now we are basically driving straight away. We don't have to go on the villages anymore, because I choose the long road. This time I didn't go to the villages because it's much more relaxing, and yeah, I think it's much better. You just go straight. Plus the climatic system, it's off. Outside are 12 degrees. It's a little bit more colder, but the tire pressure 3.0 bars, so it's good. You can see right here. It starts to be colder and colder as the night comes, but it's nice. The temperature is definitely perfect right now. I don't need anything cold or warm or stuff like that. I think we will reach without any problem the destination. If I will drive even more economical, I think I can reach even better numbers. And let's don't forget that we have the winter tires. If we put the summer tires, I think you can win 20 kilometers more without any problem. But I'm really curious. I definitely think we will pass 500 kilometers without any problem. I'm hoping to go up to 550, 600. Not sure if I can reach that, but yeah, I will try my best. We will see what happens until the end. But I'm also didn't try to stretch the car as much as I can. I'm just driving normal. I didn't try to drive faster or slower or something like that. I can drive even slower than that, of course. But I can drive also faster than that. So I did just try to drive normal, but let's say a little bit on the slower side, if that makes sense. So the average speed around 100 kilometer. Another good thing, even though I think I sit in the car around 4-5 hours, the good thing is that I like the seats. I don't have pain, my head stays straight, so definitely a big improvement to the seats. I'm happy that I did this video, this long trip now. And tomorrow, I didn't do the test drive yet. I have the car for 3 days. I didn't do the test drives because I left the test drive for the last day. Because in the last day, I want to give you as much feedback, real feedback, after my experience with the car for a few days. So definitely check out the test drive video, because there you get so many information. You can see also the consumption. We will go on the highway, on the city, and so on. So definitely there I will explain you everything, like the regeneration, like how are the suspension, the seats, the handlings, and everything I test these days. So yeah, anyway, now it's just straight on the highway. I don't think it makes any sense to talk anymore. I will update you directly when we will arrive in the city, because in the city at the Supercharger I can show you also the number, the real result, and we can talk a little bit about the experience and about what I felt in the car. Plus we can kind of make a conclusion about what's going on.
You're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet. You got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat. Tested by the motion. Loving is devotion. Ooh, that sugar. All I want is satisfaction. Make a move, baby, you got nothing to lose. Give me that, give me that, give me
We have still 38 kilometers to go, and we still have 7% battery. You can see down here, which is pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. And then if you see, until now we drive 430 kilometers. I'm aiming to reach 500 or pass 500. I think we can pass 500 without any problem. But what is important and what I want to show you right now, look at the lights, look at the headlamps, guys. Those are the Matrix LED headlamps, the new one, which Tesla use also for Model 3 Highland. Basically, they are the most advanced right now. They are adaptive, and they can adapt depending on the other vehicle on the other lane. Also, they can, for example, you can see right now on the right side, they illuminate those panels, like speed panels or information panels. And also when a car comes from other lane, it can kind of, you know, dim down in the position where the car come from other lane, or your car from your lane. You can see in the moment, because right now there are a lot of lights up here, but in a second will be dark, completely dark. And right now you can see them at work for a bit, and I will let you enjoy them, because from my point of view, they are really, really good. You can see right now they illuminate the left and right side, but somehow they manage to stop the pixel in the direction of the cars in the front. You see that? You can see how they move on the ground. You can see the way they move on the lower end and on the side. You can see even when it feels like some light come from other lane, it's kind of dimmed down that area from where the car come, which they are super smart. Plus, what I notice in comparison with the previous Model Y is the fact that it's much more brighter. I feel like this white light, it's brighter than before. It's like day, you know, and where it's illuminated, it's crazy bright, and you can see extremely well the road, and it's very smart. Of course, you can also turn on automatically. You can see right now this is on auto, and this is yeah, off, and this is adaptive right now. In this moment, they adapt depending the other cars. You can see right now this car came, and then it's kind of stop, and then again behind the car it start to roll again. I don't know, it's quite complicated. I don't want to make the video long about that, but the headlamps are improved, are better than before, and yeah, I like that. This is definitely a good thing.
Screen porch. So in love, now you're the one I'm losing sleep for. And I hope the wrong one slip right through your magic fingers. And I hope we find some way to fall in love like we were. Yeah, you're the only reason I was California dreaming in the first place. Seeing you in sundress seasons got me all up in my feelings for the old days, old days. I've got the summertime blues, thinking about you and me, in the way that it used to be. I've got the summertime blues, hoping that you might be still holding on to me. I still do think about you in the morning when I'm waking up. Laying in this bed without you's got me lonely and missing your touch. Yeah, you're the only reason I was California dreaming in the first place. Seeing you in sundress seasons got me all up in my feelings for the all day, all day. I've got the summertime blues, thinking about you and me, and the way that it used to be. Hey, I've got the summertime blues, hoping that you might be still holding on to me. I still do think about you late at night when the sun's going down. Laying in this bed without you, it feels so different when you're not around. Yeah, you're the only reason I was California dreaming in the first place. And now sundress seasons got me all up in my feelings about the old days. I've got the summertime blues, thinking of you, thinking of you. Oh, I've got the summertime blues, holding on to you, holding on to you.
Guys, I just arrived at the destination. To be honest, I didn't reach my plan, but I have, let me show you, and then we will talk about that. So I reached the destination with 6%, that means around 33 kilometers. And I drive 466 kilometers. I think if I would drive a little bit slower, but in the last time, I think last 100 kilometers I drive a little bit faster because it's getting a little bit boring, so I drive kind of 110, 120. But if I drive a little bit slower, let's say like that, I can pass 500 kilometers without any problem. But I'm happy, to be honest. The way I drive, I'm pretty happy. It was pretty quick road, and yeah, I didn't manage to pass the VLTP, but we have winter tires. Probably with summer tires will be even better, 20 to 30 kilometers better. In general, I think it's just fine. I'm pretty happy, and I can also stretch out those 33 kilometers so we can reach 500 and something if you drive super economical. But in general, I still think it's a great number. I'm pretty happy with the car. I'm pretty happy with the result, and I definitely think the range have been improved, the aerodynamic have been improved. Not huge improvement, but small improvement. You can definitely feel on the car if you compare it with the previous version, with the previous Model Y long range. I'm really curious to test out also the rear wheel drive with LFP battery, and also the long range. Of course, probably I can get it for a test drive for a long range, so we can see a little bit better how that will resist, or what we'll do on the range test. Anyway, that was the result, guys. For more information, definitely check out the other videos. I will have some test drive videos, full review, and many other night test drive and lights in the nighttime where you can see a little bit better the car, where I show you the exterior lights, back lights, front lights, everything about lighting system. But yeah, to be honest, as a conclusion, I love the seats. I don't have any back pain or something like that. Headrest support is great, much better than my Model 3. Other than that, the stability, the way it's planted the car on the ground, the dynamic of the car, it's much better. It's a huge difference. I think the biggest difference is made in how good are the handlings, the suspensions now, and how good the car stays on the road. Those are the biggest improvement here. And of course, the seats and the headlamps as well. The Matrix LED headlamps have been improved as well. So definitely, I think it's a huge improvement from the previous version. I really recommend you to go and test drive it and then come back and write me what do you think about it, because I'm really curious what's your opinion as well. I'm still thinking to upgrade to this one, but I'm not sure yet which version to go. So yeah, I'm still thinking, guys, but yeah, I stay close because I'm on it. Other than that, if you want to buy a Tesla, as always, you can use my referral code. I will leave it in the description of the video, also on the screen. Definitely use it. And yeah, that was the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, stay safe, and we see us soon in the next one. Bye, guys.